Good morning guys, this isn't the way I wanted to be starting this video because I just thought I would be starting this video with a let's crack on with booking the 4th marathon, and instead I've woken up and I have a slight overuse injury, is what it seems. I messaged my physio and he can't see me until tomorrow, which is just not ideal. So I was like, and he was like, oh, you should see somebody else at practice today, so that's what I'm gonna do. And I was like, please could you just tell whoever I'm seeing that like rest and don't run is not going to be an answer that I listen to. So we need to mitigate the injury, figure out how we work around it, because the dedication I have for this mission means it doesn't matter how much pain I'm in, I will continue running. I will show you where the pain is in a second because I've not got an ice pack, so I need to order some on Amazon, but I'm going to get my little sinus ice mask out of the freezer and put it on my ankle. I'll just show you the one I'm talking about. I don't know if anybody, firstly I don't know where it is, so that's going to be a mission in itself. To be fair, I could just use one of the dog's cool mats, but I fear that's not going to work either. Listen to me, do I keep a frozen eye mask with frozen meat? Yes I do, apparently, yes I do. Also, by the way, if you don't know, get to know, I had these for dinner last night. Oh, amazing, cannot be arsed with cooking. Just slammed together a little fruit bowl I'm going to eat before I sit down and have a conversation with you because I am starved. I don't know whether it's because I was up at 4 o'clock this morning eating sourdough to try and keep me awake, because I thought if I get up for the England game and I don't eat something... Why is this camera doing this? It stresses me out so much. Beforehand it was working perfectly, now it's just trying to film the cupboard. Yeah, I thought if I don't eat then I won't stay up and watch it, I'll just fall back asleep, so I ate a slice of sourdough, which probably wasn't a great idea because then it was like, you know, I was full. Anyways, I'm just gonna eat this and then I'll give you a little debrief afterwards. I thought I'd have the conversation that I wanted to have with you before whilst I do my skincare, because I am getting ready to go to the physio. I've iced my ankle and I've put some deep freeze on it and it's not getting better. I don't know whether it's just because I did a long run yesterday that I've aggravated whatever it is that is there. Also, please ignore the tea stains on this white t-shirt. I'm just not gonna bother buying white t-shirts anymore because they get ruined. I mean expensive white t-shirts. I feel like the staple in a women's wardrobe is just have like a nice white tee. Not me, I just ruined them. Tea, oil, skincare is on it, so let's just ignore that for the minute. Also, you know what else we can ignore? These tiny little bruises from where I had Botox the other day, because I was watching back one of Andy's videos, Monaco, and I was like, your girl has too many wrinkles to say I'm 26, so I need to get on that anti-wrinkle stuff ASAP. Luckily I know women, so it was good. We managed to fix, I say fix, that's what I can frown now. I don't know if I'm surprised. There's still a bit of movement. I might just get that topped up. I'm not sure. Anyways, this isn't about my aesthetics, this is about the plan. So I'm going to start a little series on Instagram, and I don't think I really have time or the energy to be doing a daily video on YouTube, but I should definitely do a daily one on Instagram of behind the scenes of this, because obviously you guys have seen behind the scenes, but if you didn't know that I had a YouTube, you wouldn't know about the behind the scenes for this mission. So you've seen kind of how I've planned Monaco, at the beginning how I planned Azerbaijan, Silverstone, now here, and I think that I've not shared enough of this side of things, if that makes sense. So obviously there's two things. The first thing is, at present, I'm still self-funding everything, and we will continue doing this mission until my bank balance is 0 and or negative. If it gets to that, I hope it doesn't, because I have crippling financial anxiety. But basically, if I don't find some sort of sponsorship or any sort of corporate backing fairly soon, it's going to make getting to the tracks in the Americas and Asia and Australia really difficult for a team of 4. And I've just finished reading Russ Cook's book that he wrote off the back of running in Africa, and it made me realise, like, he had a whole team. He had a videographer that was like filming and editing, which for me is Andy. He had somebody doing logistics, which is me and Bobby. He had himself running, which is obviously me, and the training and whatever. And then he had somebody like planning hotels and doing this, that, and the other, which is also me. So a lot of the responsibility for everything, including making the content, is on me, which I'm not complaining, but it just highlighted reading that book that I'm obviously doing things in a really difficult way. I'm just adding more pressure to myself. So not only am I like adding the sponsorship side of pressure to myself, I'm doing the training pressure myself, and then I'm also doing the pressure that comes with fundraising and exposure for the mission in terms of on social media. So that's really quite stressful, and something I'm really trying to be transparent in sharing and documenting, because I think it's quite just an interesting thing for you guys to see happening as well, because I think part of it is I'm not transparent enough with how difficult the logistics side of this is. I also think it's really important to document it to prove that like you can do anything you want to do, because a couple of months ago my TikTok and Instagram comment sections were telling me that there's no way Silverstone's going to allow it, there's no way they're going to take me seriously. And here we are 2 weeks, nearly 3 off the back of running a marathon at Silverstone. So it is possible, and I really do want to document that side of things. The other side of things is booking the next track is challenging. We always knew it was going to be a challenge, balancing the financial side of things with the training and not sustaining an injury side of things, and then moving on to the next one. We always knew that it was ambitious after everything kicked off in the Middle East earlier in the year to still try and do the 25 in a year. We're still going to try our best, but obviously we're being realistic with it. And it seems like the best route to progress with would be China, pick off all of the marathons in Europe, eventually Azerbaijan, and then head to the Americas, do the Americas, Australia, and then hopefully finish with sort of Asia and the Middle East towards the end of the year. At least that's the plan. Plans change. So my job is trying to find CEOs of Zandvoort, Spa, Monza, Madrid, Barcelona, Austria, and Hungary, because it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I've spoken to these tracks, and some of them have been really helpful, others not so much. And as soon as I managed to get in touch with the CEO of Silverstone, that's when the ball started rolling. So I think I need to try and sort of find direct contacts for these CEOs, which is what I thought I would start this video off with. And obviously now I'm going to the physio. So maybe this whole day is just going to be a video in itself. Maybe I do have enough content to do a video a day. It's just obviously editing it, uploading it, and staying on the ball, as well as training, as well as everything else. Doing a daily video would be quite hard, but maybe I could do every few days. And that's where we're at. I've managed to get in touch with a few of the tracks already, in terms of CEO, whether that's by LinkedIn, email, a contact that I have, or just Instagram. I think Instagram's such a underrated tool in this instance, because all of the content I'm creating is on that platform. So every bit of content, whether it's like video, photo, whatever. So if I'm reaching out to a CEO, they can kind of see what we're doing. Therefore, when they see my message, they're going to kind of gauge why I'm messaging them, if that makes any sense. But I've yapped on for long enough about the kind of 2 areas that I'm wanting to showcase in this content now, which is great. I'm not sure how I'm going to condense this into an Instagram reel, to be honest with you, which is why I have been toying with the idea of doing a daily or sort of every few days upload on YouTube, because I just think there's so much of this mission that you guys don't see, positive and negative. Like the amount of times I've been crying because something hasn't gone my way, or the amount of times I've been crying because we got a yes from Silverstone and we got a date, and it was like, that was a really cool moment, and I just didn't really document it as I felt the mission deserved. And maybe I've just been inspired by reading Russ Cook's book, that I feel like I just need to include everything a bit more. But I'm going to quit yapping now. I'm going to finish my skincare, and then I'm going to get on to making a hit list of how I'm going to contact these CEOs and who I need to contact and all of this stuff. But yes, thank you for listening to my yap. I'm sure if I don't check in with you with some results off of the back of my social stalking, I will check in with you just before I go to the physio, because my cankle is feeling very sore. Sup gang, I'm on my way to physio. I haven't really actually done, that's such a lie, I've done a lot since I spoke to you regarding like the planning side of things. I don't know how good the audio or the stability of this camera is going to be once I switch the engine on. I cannot explain to you the pain. So obviously I'm driving automatic, that's not obvious. And if you drive an automatic with your right foot, my right ankle is the one that's screwed, and even just putting my foot on the brake then, agony. So I'm hoping the physio that I'm seeing today will be able to help me figure that out, because I can't carry on like this. It's actually like, I need to train, I need to run, I need to not be in the complete agony that I'm in. So I just want to fix it. I've been icing it every 2 hours like I was initially told to do. I've been icing it, it gets better with ice, but then it gets worse again when I start moving around on it. So I'm hoping I'm going to have some answers for you. I also don't know why I'm driving like a snail. I'll have some answers for you in like an hour's time. But yeah, it's just agony. Anyway, so we've talked about so many things in the short space of time. I've literally just been speaking to you when I said I've done nothing, and I've actually done a lot. This is the most ADHD clip I think I'm ever gonna put in any video. I also need to put in where I'm going, because I couldn't tell you for the life of me where I go to get to my physio. I promise you I will get to the point of what I'm saying very soon. I was saying I have actually done a lot since I spoke to you beforehand, when I was saying like I was gonna try and find emails for CEOs of the tracks. So I managed to reach out to Zandvoort, Spa, Monza. I'm really struggling with finding a contact for Madrid.
Route to LB physiotherapy.
That's where I go for physio.
Head east on
And
Street, then take
I
right
am
onto
struggling to
gravel
find contacts for like other European tracks. So
lane. Turn right onto gravel
we'll
lane.
have a catch up again properly once I am back from physio, because I'll just have more to talk to you about then. And also the camera in my car, the camera situation in my car is not great, to be honest with you. So I'd rather talk to you when I'm stationary and my camera isn't like flying all over the gaff. Do you know what I mean? Right. I need to concentrate, otherwise I will end up in a fender bender, and I don't need that right now. Thou have arrived, and thou don't feel too great about this. I think it's actually hit me that I could be facing the first injury of all of this. I don't want to think like that though. I just keep thinking like, oh, it's just a little niggle, like it's gonna go away, it's nothing crazy. But driving here and like putting my foot on the brake and the accelerator, I'm like, oh well, is it? Or is there something more? I'm really hoping it's not. Andy was like, oh, you need to make a YouTube short about this. And I was thinking, about what? And he was like, well, about being injured. And I was like, what? Who in their right mind is going to go on YouTube shorts? Also, I don't really know how YouTube shorts works. Who in their right mind is going to go, oh yeah, let's click on this video and watch this random girl crying about the fact, well, I wouldn't be crying, but moaning about the fact she's injured. Like, what did I expect? Running all these marathons, having never been a runner before, of course I was going to get injured. Anyway, I'm 6 minutes early, which is so unlike me. She's an on-time queen today. Every other thought just left my brain for a minute then. Yeah, I don't particularly know what to do. I don't know whether to go in yet. I don't know whether to just sit here and pontificate the potential that I could be looking at an injury. I don't think I am. I just need to stop thinking like that. But yeah, hopefully I'll have something useful to tell you when I'm done here. And then, I don't know, I think I might go to the gym and just do upper and arms. I would like to go to the gym and just do upper and arms, but it depends what mood I'm in when I come out of here, doesn't it? We shall see. Also, we've nearly hit £1,400 raised, which is insane, because I think the last time I was talking about it on here, I was like, oh, we've raised £900. To have raised an additional £500 out of a few days, honestly, crazy insane. I love it. I'm here for it. Can you tell I'm delaying the inevitable of going in there and dealing with my ankle? Oh, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it. Anyway, I suppose I have to. I've paid for it, so I may as well. It's not looking good. I'm gonna update you when I get home, because I just want a minute on my own, to be honest with you. It's not a bad thing and it's manageable. It's just annoying and frustrating, and it will make sense when I talk to you about it, but I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna go past M&S and get myself a pity treat, because I need a cookie or something to just, you know, eat my feelings. I also came home to a new pair of trainers, which is also like quite taunting given that I'm currently in pain, but I'm going to carry on running anyway. So these are the new Nike Premium Vimero Premiums? I don't know, but they are, leave it. Raymond's sat on my bad foot while I'm literally recording this. I've literally tried them on walking around the house, and they feel like clouds, which is amazing. Also love the colourway. It's like a minty, greeny colour. I can't remember the exact diagnosis, but basically your ankle isn't supposed to have a lot of movement. You're supposed to have tendons and ligaments that hold the bones in place and connect the bones to create like a good ankle movement, but not have too much movement in the ankle, because obviously because obviously you don't want to roll your ankle outwards or inwards, so those ligaments and tendons stabilize all of that going on. My ligaments aren't working properly and my tendons overused, so that's why I'm getting the pain that I'm getting. And yeah, it's not great. I had a round of cryotherapy. I have another session for next week, and I'm supposed to have it a couple of times a week now, just to manage the pain. I sit and then some stretches. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm not going to the gym today. Before I said I know I want to go to the gym to do uppers, and maybe I will later, but right now I'm just quite depressed, to be honest with you. But I have some stretches to do which will build some strength, but just because of the way my ankle is right now, it's going to make running marathons a little bit more painful and a little bit more tricky. It's currently taped up. I'll show you. I actually look like I've got club foot. So it's for anybody interested in taping, it's certain loop 6's tape and then some support here. It is actually feeling more supported with the tape on, but there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to replicate that myself. Raymond's doing a good job of looking after me, and I am just going to sit here and watch a movie and read my book. But I do have an update. You know, before I was saying like, oh, I want to try and get in touch with some more of the tracks, like CEOs of tracks. Well, I requested to follow one of them on Instagram because I thought Instagram's just a great way for people to see what I'm doing, and got in contact. At the same time, got in contact on LinkedIn. So I love how I was like, I'm going to bring you along day one journey of the journey. I don't know how long it's going to take. And here we are. So hopefully I'll have some sort of answer for that this week as well, but I'll check in properly when I'm not so depresso espresso, even though it might not seem it. Good morning. Last night I was giving you a little bit of an update of where I'm kind of at with planning things and what my plan of attack was for this week in terms of approaching the next marathon. I'm just going to talk to Bobby because I want this bit in the video. Like, I don't want to be talking about it on YouTube. I'll come back to talk to you after I finish talking to Bobby. I had an email back this morning, so I emailed the CEO that reached out to me on Instagram last night. I emailed him with the email he supplied me with last night this morning at 7 a.m. Within an hour, he replied to me saying like, oh, the other person I was going to hand this off to, basically, like, you've already contacted him and he's already researching the availability and like whether or not we can even accommodate. When I tell you, not 10 minutes ago, I got an email from said person saying, yep, we can facilitate. And then in my email, I said, obviously from Silverstone, I know that because Formula One take over the track, that's probably going to be a period of time where we can't actually run the circuit. And they were like, yeah, you are correct. And unfortunately, the circuit has already been taken over. However, on consulting our production team, we are happy to facilitate your marathon on the 26th of July.
No way!
So just like off the bat, a date, not even having to like negotiate, nothing. They were like, yeah, 26th of July, if that works for you, if you can make it.
Damn. Okay.
So we have a date for another marathon.
Right, get it.
So random, I know. Yesterday I was literally speaking to you about the fact I'm injured, and now I'm like, another marathon.
Okay, so 26th, that's a Sunday.
Yeah, it's a Sunday. So my plan will be, obviously I was going to speak to you first, and then I'm going to ask if we can organise a group FaceTime with me, you, Andy, to figure out when you want to fly out and when you want to fly in, because obviously it's a circuit, so it's much easier than what we face logistically with Monaco. Right, so I've just come down here and set myself up to do some work, because sometimes I just want to get out of the house. And you know what, it's so nice in these like little suites, because let me just show you. I can sit here and work, and it's just like a complete different change of scenery to the apartment, just having like an entire different space to come and sit and work in. Obviously, I know I was just literally chatting to you. That's a bit low. I know I was literally just chatting to you at the same time as like talking to Bobby, but I wanted to have this conversation not on the phone to Bobby, because obviously we immediately phoned Andy and we started booking things and planning like all of the logistics surrounding the Netherlands, and it's very exciting. And obviously I need to still confirm with them certain things before I straight come out and say, oh, we're doing the Netherlands on this date. So it's still exciting though, and I think this is a massive like
pinnacle and I suppose milestone of this mission, because prior to Silverstone it was really challenging to try and get any track on board. Obviously I did Monaco, but still Monaco didn't really hold much weight because it was like, well, anybody can just go and run Monaco. So some tracks, when I had said like, oh, I've done Monaco now, they were like, okay, but that's really not that impressive. Like, not the marathon distance isn't impressive, but like you haven't run any other tracks. So if other tracks aren't accommodating you, then kind of why should we? Which I understand why they were that way, but also at the same time, like, come on, it's for charity. I have absolutely no business going to the gym. Like, why am I doing that? I don't need to do that. I'm literally injured. I'm going to try out a new pair of trainers. They do look sick though. You cannot tell me these do not look cool. I want to try them out because I've killed my Novablast 5s. So I've not really got an everyday trainer at the minute, other than my Evo SLs, but they're just a bit pacey. So I want something chill and nice. But I'm gonna do an arm and upper session first, because then if I run and I can't actually do anything, at least I've gone out of the house and done something today, because I feel lazy. Wish me luck. Wish my ankle luck, to be fair. I rolled it trying to get it in these trainers, which is just fab. You know what my favourite thing ever is? A really crazy busy gym when I'm trying to do something that I know I suck at. Also sat here on a, I don't even know what you call this, bench press rack. I don't know. I can't even do anything, like I can't even use it with weights on because I'm so weak. I know. Last time I came here with Bobby, I nearly dropped it on my throat, so RIP might happen again today. But also I look like I don't know what I'm doing because I'm decked out to run and I'm sat here trying to lift weights. So I should probably just like, you know, not do that. I'm going to set you up so you can see whether or not I RKO myself with this pump. I don't know where to film because I haven't got any lights on because I've got all the blinds closed because it's like 7 million degrees in here. So that's fantastic. I got home yesterday to a package from my friend. He lives in America and he sent me a Stanley, one of the new Stanleys. I've never seen one like this before. Well, I've seen them, but I don't have them. And stop it, the cutest thing, the matching pet bowl. So in this hot weather, Raymond and I do be matching. And I love it. I need to put it in the fridge so that it keeps my ice cool. And I'm aware that the last clip I filmed was like in the gym. When I tell you that's the busiest I've ever seen the gym, I really truly mean it. It was disgusting. I nearly killed myself on the bench press. And then I thought, do you know what? Best just switch the camera off because it's clearly not my day. I've just got back from a little run. I'm only doing less than 5k at the minute because I just want to stress test my ankle over short distances because I don't want it to get to the stage of the pain it was in at the beginning of the week and I went to physio. So I don't push it to the point where it starts to feel sore because for me it's like building up that mental confidence of like I have another marathon booked, I have a 10k race on Sunday, not that I'm racing, I'm just doing it as a long run. But the point is, I feel better in myself doing those things because I know that, I'm just gonna move this kind of bit, it's stressing me out. I know that I feel better because I've compiled 3 or 4 small 3 to 5k runs. It might not make any sense to you, but it makes sense to me. And I'm gonna quick have a shower and then I'm putting another gym set on because I'm going to the gym because I've got a gym session to do. So double training day, we love, and then I'm gonna tan because I need to get my tan up because you won't be able to see here, but I've just got pure runner's tan. I've got tanned legs, but everything else is pale. When you're watching this, Silverstone will already be out, and I watched it last night and I straight cried. Like it's just such a good video. I can't believe Andy's done such an incredible job of it. I just cannot, like I don't know how this man does it. I don't know how time and time again he creates more than I could have dreamed that video to be. And I think when you're going into something like this, you want the content to be amazing. So you want to know that you've got a videographer and someone that can edit that like will do content justice, do the whole mission justice. And yeah, just don't take my word for it. Just watch Andy's content because honestly, like unreal, insane. I wouldn't be surprised if he becomes so booked up that he can never film another one of my marathons again, to be honest with you, because yeah, I don't know how this guy does it. Anyway, I'm gonna neck my vitamins. Whoopsies, why can't I hold them? It's because I'm sweating. I'm gonna neck my vitamins. You can get 10% off health if you shop through my link. It is in the bio and in the description of this video. Why do I have no... This is brilliant. Do you know what I am going to have? A fresh, cold Cadence. Am I right? Am I right, Reg? She's right, here you are. I'm going to have a fresh Cadence. And yeah, this is literally how I fueled post-run. I have a B complex and an omega-3, and I don't know what they do, but they've changed the game for me. I would normally have chocolate milk after I've run as well. And I don't like bad mouthing anybody, but M&S, what the helly, I bought a chocolate milk and it said it was good for 2 weeks. I went to open it and it was still had like a good, like 10 days on it. Tell me why this stuff was like stringy, like globs of it were dropping out, and I was like, I don't think it is best anymore. I think it's past its best. We're not before its best anymore, so I think if I have that, I might die. Anyway, I'm gonna go get ready and I'll see you in the gym. Firstly, dog mum grip. Secondly, I can feel the sweat between the leggings and my skin. I did promise you I was going to the gym, and that is where we're off. I need to go get myself set up because this is very overstimulating. I just moved my ankle funny trying to get the door to the gym open, and it really hurts. So I'm just gonna sit here for a minute because I don't think it's supposed to hurt that much. Like, you're telling me it's a good 7 out of 10 pain, and I opened a door. This camera, my guy. I'm just gonna go out the fucking window in a minute. Also, this is why I love a Stanley. It's been ice in here for 4 hours and it's still in here. Realistically, I don't know how much I'm gonna get achieved in the gym now because that ankle pain's bad. And I felt like it was getting better after I ran today. Maybe it's just because I've been sat down all afternoon, but yikes. I didn't expect to be ending this video this way, but I've just made the executive decision while I was in the gym that I'm gonna drop out of the race on Sunday, and I'm just gonna take a bit of a break from running for a while this flare-up sorts itself out, because I'm in literal agony and it's been fine all day. It was fine while I was running and now it's in pain, and I don't want to risk it because whilst I was in the gym I also got an email from the Netherlands and we're all a go. So I can't risk my marathon for a 10k race, unfortunately. Not how I want things to be going, and I'm probably struggling a bit. I don't really want to talk about it because I actually can't process it myself. Like, I'm just really emotional and I can't even tell you why, even though I'm the one that's made the decision to not race. Yeah, not the note I really ever want to end a video on, to be honest with you, but yeah, I guess that's where we'll end this week's video. Not great, not the best, but hopefully next time I speak to you, my ankle will be in a much better way.
She a groovy chick, straight out of a movie chick. She a groovy chick, and I just might be in love. She a groovy chick.